Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. So, this fossil, this pile of garbage, goes by the name of Larry Merchant, who is a former sports commentator and host for HBO Boxing. Who, as you know, HBO Boxing recently was shut down because of bad ratings and bad bid practices. Alright, so this is basically talking about what he said on a episode of Inside PBC concerning Wilder's defeat by Tyson Fury. He called, and this is why a lot of people, especially people in the black community, are angry at Larry Merchant, Deontay Wilder, the last black hope. That Deontay Wilder is losing to Tyson Fury, meaning that there won't be no black fighters, or good, prominent black fighters, or what he called black hype. You see, this guy has a history of racism towards black fighters. He will root for anyone who was non-black, especially if they were a white fighter. Or he'll do commentary where he'll talk in a very negative light towards black fighters, but other fighters, he'll talk more positive. That's why there was an incident why you see it looking like this. Of course, you know the individual on the left, that's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather, this was before Floyd Mayweather left HBO to do fights on Showtime. He was disgusted at how HBO was treating Floyd, how Floyd was getting negative feedback by the media and by racists. I have my issues with Floyd, but like HBO was not treating Floyd good, and he finally called it out, and he even called out Larry Merchant, this racist right here, Larry Merchant, on his racism, and on public TV. And Larry Merchant tried to go after Floyd and even try to make Floyd apologize, which unfortunately Floyd did, which he should not have. But Larry Merchant even bragged about making Floyd apologize because he made a black athlete apologize. Racist. Yeah, this racist right here, Larry Merchant. But now he's going to say that Deontay Wilder is the last black hope. No. You cannot call him the last black hope because there's plenty of black fighters, some who are champions in other weight classes. And we know that Deontay Wilder is going to get his title back or get a new title. Don't you worry. Deontay Wilder will come back and he will get his championship back or get a new one. And we got plenty of black fighters out there. Matter of fact, black athletes, period. They're winning championships. They're breaking records right now. So we got plenty of great black hopes. See, when you hear about the great white hope and all that, why Tyson Fury is being called the great white hope, it's because there's not many white athletes that are dominating in sports in general, but in the case of boxing, there's not many whites people dominating in boxing. That's why a lot of white fighters are trying to dominate MMA fighting, because even though black fighters are coming in MMA from all corners of life, there's a lot of black fighters in MMA, but right now it's just MMA. Majority of the championships are won by white fighters, men and women. But there are some black champions, and there are some prominent black fighters in MMA that is rising to the occasion. But what I mean by great white hope is, there's not too many popularized white athletes. That's why they big up Tom Brady. That's why they big up people like Aaron Rodgers in football. Why they big up people like Conor McGregor in MMA, and now Tyson Fury. Notice Tyson Fury is a British. He's not a white American. Tyson Fury is a British boxer. Conor McGregor is a Irish MMA fighter. I guess the only American I talked about is basically Tom Brady. Okay, and Aaron Rodgers. He's American too. There's this tennis player named Roger Federer who's from Sweden. He's the great white hope in tennis. Hell, they don't even... Now, here's the interesting thing. You do have a white American fighter, and I actually like this fighter in boxing. He's a pretty great fighter, and I actually root for him in a lot of his fights, no matter who the opponent, because he's just that good of a fighter, by the name of Caleb Plant. Pretty good fighter, pretty decent fighter, perhaps a pretty good guy, maybe. I don't know too much about him. But do you notice they don't even hype that guy up like they do Tyson Fury? That's interesting. But the reason why they're really hyping up Tyson Fury, because he won the WBC heavyweight champion. See, the best of the best, the biggest the weight division, of course, in boxing is the heavyweight division, and because he beat Deontay Wilder. A lot of racists and a lot of black sellouts hate Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder was a man he was a family. Not only was he a great box fighter, he was a family man, and he was also a man for his people. He spoke out for his people and stuff like that. That's what how Muhammad Ali, he spoke out for his people. Muhammad Ali was a family man. See, they hate. And at one time, Deontay Wilder was undefeated, winning championships. You see, they hate a positive black male athlete, a black male alpha champion like Deontay Wilder. The only reason why they hate Floyd Mayweather, see, Floyd Mayweather may have a family, but he's not too much of a family man because he womanizes. He owns strip clubs. He's done stupid buffoonery before, still does. The only real reason why they hated Floyd, however, he doesn't, and by the way, Floyd doesn't speak up for the people because the whole Gucci thing. The only real reason why he hates that the racists hate Floyd Mayweather is because he has not lost a fight. He's undefeated, and he was a former champion. He vacated his belts. That's so he didn't lose in a boxing match. He vacated him because he was retiring. He's retiring undefeated, and he could be put into the Hall of Fame undefeated. And majority of his opponents were non-black. He fought a couple white fighters. He fought a couple Hispanic fighters. He maybe a sprinkle of black fighters. He fought foreign fighters from foreign countries. And a lot of the non-black racists who hate black people did not like that because Floyd was beating them. He was beating them whether it be by knockout or by decision of the judges. But back to Larry Merchant. And then, of course, there was the infamous argument against Larry Merchant in public. Now back to the Larry Merchant. So that's why the racists hate Floyd. Larry Merchant says that Deontay Wilder is the so-called last black hope because he hopes that there's going to be no more black fighters prospering in general, and perhaps maybe black athletes in general would not prosper because of Deontay Wilder's defeat. That is extremely stupid of Larry Merchant to say that. We have plenty of black fighters. You forgetting Terrence Crawford? Shakur Stevenson? Gary Russell Jr.? Anthony Joshua, who has the 3 other belts, whether you like him or not. Errol Spence, even though he's injured right now, but he can make a recovery. Who else? Jamal Herron. The Charlo brothers. Sean Porter, who's won championships before. He's a former champion. What's another individual? And then, and I'm not just talking about black boxers. Oh, although, let's talk about the females. Let's talk about Clarissa Shields. The GOAT. She's undisputed in the middleweight division. She's a 3-division champion right now. You got plenty of black athletes in other sports. LeBron James. Majority of the NBA is like 80 to 90% of the NBA is black. You got your LeBron James, your Kawhi Leonard, your Stephen Currys, your Russell Westbrooks, Giannis. All those guys. You got a lot of the NFL football players. Remember, 65% of the NFL is black. You have black female tennis athletes. A lot of black female tennis athletes are coming up or uprising. Some of them are even winning championships. You could thank the Williams sisters as the example. Tiger Woods is still golfing, even whether you like him or not. See, Larry Merchant is old school racist. He doesn't think that black athletes would not prosper, even though currently black athletes are dominating in a lot of sports. And I was just only talking about the more well-known black athletes. There's plenty of black athletes. You got track and field, but black athletes are dominating athletics. So black athletes are dominating sports like track and field and stuff like that. We don't just have one black hope. We got hundreds of black hopes and more to come. Maybe more than that. And more on the way in the world of sports. That's what Larry Merchant don't understand. And like I said, some of them have lost, but you know what? They also bounce back. Muhammad Ali is not an undefeated fighter. He's lost fights, but he bounced back after what he went through. See, that's what Larry Merchant does instead, because Larry Merchant is a racist. Larry Merchant is a piece of crap for what he said on Inside PBC. When Sean and a lot of people should have checked them for saying stuff like that. But I know some racists are going to be like, well, you bring race into this. Why you bring race into it? Because people like Larry Merchant, it is about a race. The only reason why Fury is getting some of the hype that he's getting is because you had a lot of, why there was a lot of people behind Fury is because a lot of people wanted to see Deontay Wilder to lose. Most of them were non-black who were racist towards black people, and particularly black fighters, and particularly Deontay Wilder. Larry Merchant doesn't have a career anymore in commentary and sports announcement and hosting because HBO Boxing went shut down. So he's nothing but an old, crepit piece of garbage. But I want to know what y'all think in the comment section about this piece of garbage by the name of Larry Merchant, and about what he said on a recent show called Inside PPC. I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you like this video. That helps spread the video around by a lot of people hitting the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification bell. We'll also leave links to different accounts for y'all to follow me on. But that's all I have to say for now. This is J-Dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. And F you, Larry Merchant. And by the way, peace everyone.